Welcome in world of technology. Samsung MU7000 Series Review. The Samsung MU7000 Series isn't the company's most glamorous TV of 2017. It doesn't use the South Korean manufacturer's new QLED technology to boost the brightness and color of its pictures, and its backlight system doesn't support local dimming. What it does do, though, is combine an efficient smart TV system with arguably the best all-round picture quality, especially with high dynamic range sources. You can currently buy at $699, £999. Samsung MU7000 Series specs. Screen sizes available: 40, 49, 55, 65 inches. 75 and 82 inches also available in the UK and Australia. Tuner: Freeview HD. 4K, yes. HDR, yes. HDR10, HLG. Panel technology, LCD. Smart TV, yes. Eden 2.0. Curved, no. Dimensions: 1090 by 634 by 55.3 mm, WXHXD. 3D, no. Inputs: 4 HDMIs, 3 USBs, Ethernet, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, optical audio output. Design. Despite being relatively affordable by the standards of Samsung's 2017 TV range, the MU7000 doesn't look cheap. The frame around the flat, not curved, screen is as narrow on 3 sides as that of any high-end competitor, and what little there is of the frame is clad in an attractive, vaguely metallic-looking finish. The only issue we had with the design is its legs. In the UK, these are positioned under the screen's left and right corners, which essentially means the TV will only sit on a piece of furniture that's at least as wide as the 49-inch screen. This is a problem US owners won't have, however, as Samsung opted to mount the TV on a YT-shaped bar for the American market. Connections on this box cover most of the key bases. 4 HDMIs all support 4K and HDR, a trio of USBs for multimedia playback or recording from the built-in Freeview HD tuner to USB HDD, and there's support for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity alongside an Ethernet port for wired network connection. The only pity is that there's no physical headphone jack. The TV only supports Bluetooth headphones. Design Dr. A metallic veneer does a nice job of hiding the TV's plasticky undercarriage, and the trim frame takes up as little space as possible. The wide spacing of its desktop legs could pose a problem for some setups, though. Smart TV, Eden 2.0. The MU7000 benefits from the TV world's most effective voice control system. You can get to almost any feature, even the more high-end picture calibration tools, via just a word or two spoken into the button-light smart remote handset. The MU7000 can auto-detect source equipment connected to its HDMIs, too, so that you can control it via the TV's smart remote. Samsung doesn't support Dolby Vision with its TVs, sticking instead with the normal HDR10 industry standard streams in its own new HDR10 Plus system. HDR10 Plus does something similar to Dolby Vision in that it adds a layer of extra scene-by-scene information to a core HDR10 stream to help TVs present the images better. So far, though, while Amazon has committed to supporting HDR10 Plus, no watchable content has appeared. Smart TV Dr. Samsung's Smart TV platform is now easy to follow and customize, pleasingly economical with its menu designs, and partnered with a uniquely effective voice control system. HD/Sdr Performance. The MU7000 is ridiculously good with the HD and SDR content most households spend the vast majority of their time watching. Contrast, for instance, is especially superb. Black levels look natural and deep at one end of the spectrum, while bright elements look dynamic and punchy. There's hardly any evidence of backlight clouding from the edge-based LED lighting system, despite the TV only supporting whole-frame dimming, essentially a dynamic contrast system, rather than local dimming. colors look natural and full of detail and subtlety, and Samsung's upscaling processing does a very strong job for such an affordable TV of up-converting HD resolution sources to the TV's native 4K resolution. More detail and sharpness is added without nearly as much fizzing noise and stress-looking edges as we used to see with Samsung's up-conversion systems. The so-called HDR Plus system introduces much more HDR-like brightness and color intensity into SDR pictures than any rival SDR to HDR conversion engine I've seen to date. But crucially, it does this without making the new brightness peaks look flared out, or the new colors look garish and forced. HD/SDR Performance TL.Dr. The MU7000's contrast, color, impressive processing and underlying sharpness combine to deliver a pretty much exemplary HD/SDR performance. The optional SDR to HDR conversion system is way better than expected, too. 4K/HDR performance. While the UN49 MU7000 is impressive for its money with SDR content, it's with HDR content that it really stands out from the pack. The main reason for this is its brightness. Samsung claims it's capable of hitting around 1000 nits of light output over small highlights, a claim backed up by our own measurements of around 700 nits delivered from a 10% of the screen size white HDR window. Most rivals at this price point struggle to get over 500 nits, and Samsung's advantage in this key HDR area is immediately apparent. 4K/HDR Performance TL.Dr. Thanks to a strong brightness and contrast performance, the UN49 MU7000 delivers better HDR images than any other TV in its class. Sound. The Samsung MU7000 Series' slender frame and relatively lightweight feel don't seem compatible with the powerful audio performance. So we were pleasantly surprised to hear it delivering a really quite potent, open-sounding soundstage, even with full-on action movies. There's even a solid stab at injection genuine bass into proceedings, while the sound projects far and wide without becoming incoherent. Details start to get a bit squeezed if you push the volume to neighbor-baiting levels, but even then there's no real sense of harshness or distortion. Verdict. Inevitably for its price, the Samsung MU7000 series is not perfect. High contrast scenes can look slightly gray, there aren't as many color tones as you get with a more expensive 10-bit panel, and viewing angles are limited. However, no other TV we've tested to date that sits around this price point is able to do nearly as much justice to native 4K resolution or, especially, high dynamic range technology as this one does. So, if $700/£1,000 is as far as your budget can stretch but you want to get as much impact from the latest TV technologies as possible, the 49 MU7000 should be right at the top of your list. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe this channel. See you next on the other videos.